pick it back up. Yeah, get back into it. So we just left off with Crowler and Tenpenny leaving the jewelers here, and the rest of you guys, we'll say, have just kind of stepped back out into Burroughs Square in the middle of town. So let's follow Gisbaldo and Tyrael and Mara here. Yeah. What are you guys up to here in the town square now? It's kind of midday now. Fog has mostly cleared from the morning, so you're actually catching some sunlight finally. Still kind of broken overcast, but lots and lots of people now out and about in the town square. There's all sorts of kind of market stalls, people selling their fish and wares, clothing, trinkets, all that sort of stuff. And you see a lot of these drays, these big 3-level carriages, like swerving in and out of the alleyways obscenely fast. But you're kind of all caught up in the middle of this big city.
You said there were stalls selling fish?
Yeah, you see a guy, like, not all too far away from you with a pretty big crowd outside of his stall. He's calling out, "Herring! Fresh herring over here!" And he's kind of tossing fish to his... he has kind of a friend who's in the back helping him. He catches the fish and starts filleting them, cutting them, and putting them on a grill.
All right, I think I'll go over there and try to buy some fresh fish to maybe make some dinner tonight for everybody.
Nice. Hell yeah. So the rest of you guys going to go... Wait, are you going to get in line, Giz, or you want to kind of push...
Yeah, I'll get in line.
The rest of you guys going to follow suit, or are you going to do something else here?
I'd like to go back to... I think to where the central booking was, because I want to go to the arcane... detective or bureau.
Yep, they're in the same building, and it's still in that town square. You can see it just over, kind of behind you. It's tall Bureau of Arcane Affairs building, the BAA.
What was? So I would know this, but I didn't write it down in Star. But what was the name of the guy who pointed me to this place?
Yes, I want to say his name. Let me double check this so I make sure it's right, but I think his name was Elwyn, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check through my notes.
That's the only thing I did write down.
Because I believe this was the same guy who was coming to Crowler and sort of helping him out.
Oh yeah, that dude. Dude.
You know,
The actually produced the cleric dude.
I don't know if I wrote down a name. I just kept calling him the cleric or the priest.
Shit, and your character didn't write it down anywhere, did it? Did he?
I don't think so, but I feel like he would remember, seeing as it's the reason for him wanting to come to Breville.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree. So yeah, you would remember his name is Elwyn.
Right, okay.
At least remember his first name.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to head into the...
Okay. Give me 1 sec. I'm still trying to find if I have his full name written down somewhere. Oh yeah, Elwyn Hyety is his name. Okay. So you step into this ornate building, and a employee kind of greets you as you come in. A tall, elvish woman. She's like, "How can I help you?"
Hi. I was wondering if you guys are doing any training or anything, or recruiting, because I'd be very interested in joining you guys.
She goes, "Yes, we do have a recruitment program. Are you looking to join the town guard or the arcane bureau?"
The arcane bureau.
Okay. Yes, you'll have to fill out some paperwork. And did you attend? Which arcane university did you attend?
Oh shit. I didn't. I didn't know you had to.
Oh, she goes, no, you don't necessarily have to. It's just that's the most common applicants we get are fresh out of one of the universities, but intriguing. It's not every day we get a walk-in who's interested. Yes, just fill out this paperwork, and I'll see if one of our detectives can speak with you about getting you set and going.
Okay, yeah, I'll fill out then.
Cool. Yeah, so she gives you kind of a annoyingly large stack of paperwork. Most of it's kind of repetitive as you go through it, but just signing all these different waivers, you kind of delve into the details of a few of them, and they're talking about how any bodily harm to you or your person can't be, held liable. They can't be held liable for that. Everything you're doing with them is of your own free will. Understanding the risks involved, essentially. So, yep, you finally get through all this paperwork, and out coming to meet you will step a familiar face. It's going to be Elwyn. He is kind of strolling by with a compatriot of his, and he notices you kind of sitting there filling out paperwork. He goes, "My goodness, Tyrael, is that you?"
Yeah. Hey, Elwyn.
Wow.
I took your advice. I thought I couldn't see your place of work.
Apparently so, yeah. You made haste down here. Well, welcome to Breville if it's your first time here.
Yeah, it definitely is.
You signing up to become an apprentice?
Yeah, hopefully so.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear it. It's good, steady work. You got to put your brain to good use and sometimes get your hands a little dirty, but pays well, and it's you earn a lot of respect.
Yeah, after watching you work, it seemed a good profession to go down.
Absolutely. Well, so essentially the way that the program works, I can give you pointers. If you'd like, that'll be relatively quick, but you'll have to pay me for my time. Or if you want to fully commit, you can enroll in the Bureau as a cadet, and you'll work your way up through the program in due time. But you have to understand that's a commitment in and of itself. It's an every day of the week sort of thing. You get the 9th day of the week off, 9th and 10th.
If I were to get some pointers off, what would that entail?
I could give you some training in the ways of investigation, or perhaps in the arcane arts, potentially a bit of alchemy as well. Any that you choose.
What would your costs be, do you think?
To train you in one of these skills, since you're a friend and you've come so far, I'd do it for 250 gold.
Shit.
Yeah, the mechanic of it will give you it would basically give either your investigation, your arcana, or your alchemy skill a static increase if you trained with him.
I don't have that much gold on me right now, but I could definitely get it by the day, if that would be okay.
Absolutely. Take your time. I work here. You've seen my office now. But hey, if I see you out and about town before then, I'll buy the first round.
Yeah, definitely.
You're still tripping a little bit too, I think, at this point. So you're maybe coming down, but seeing some weird kind of distortions in his face still. Okay, so outside at the fish stall, Gizbaldo, you've been waiting very patiently. The long line has finally dissipated. You come face to face with this now you can see this kind of older gentleman who's kind of at the front of the stall, and he sees you approaching. Goes, "Oh, tough dragonborn, come to get some good seafood to fuel your belly, huh?" We've got fresh mackerel. We've got halibut, herring, oysters, clams, cockles, mussels, crabs, lobsters. You name it, we got it. Fresh from the sea. I'm going to feel like a fool if Gizbaldo's not here.
Opiate.
What was that?
Oh, okay. So the fishmonger has just you finally got to the front of this long line, and the fishmonger, this older gentleman, has just given you the spiel on all the seafood that they have. It seems like they have a bit of everything here.
All right. What's your best piece of fish?
We got a fresh swordfish in today from the World Lung. We got some halibut, some mackerel, herring. Swordfish
How much
is the
for
prize.
the swordfish?
We'll do it for 30 gold. Whole fish.
And will that feed 6 people?
Oh yeah, my friend. It'll feed a castle
Okay.
for a fortnight.
I figured as much. But, all right. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, yeah. And he's like, you might need a cart to carry this. We've got a couple spares. And he kind of snaps at his friend who, he's like, he's taking the sortie. And his friend's like, kind of gets wide-eyed, goes back to sort of a back area behind the stall. Seems to be like a giant fridge. And he comes out like kind of like struggling with this massive swordfish. Super brilliant colors on it, like silvery, bluish scales. Beautiful fish, probably at least like 6 or 7 feet long. And he's going to set it down on this cart that's also full of ice. Wheels it around to you. He's like, "This is one big catch. Enjoy."
Thank you.
The fishmonger's like, "You want some crab, some lobster, oysters, clams to go with that?"
No, this should be plenty of food for the crew.
He goes, "Very well. Well, if you need seafood, we have the freshest in town. Don't forget us." So, you're free at that point. You, kind of still in the town square here.
I'll bring that. I guess I'll start
Tyrael,
towing it back to the boat.
Tyrael, are you leaving the bureau now, or are you staying there for a bit longer?
I'm gonna leave.
Okay. So we'll say that as you step out, you see Gizbaldo walking away kind of with this wheeled crate, and in it is just a massive swordfish. Absolutely beautiful fish in a freezer, essentially. Little ice chest. But yeah, you two kind of catch each other's eye for a moment. If you'd like to regroup.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Gizbaldo that I'm gonna look for the library because I need to finish my delivery that I forgot about.
Okay. Gizbaldo, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Where are you headed?
I'm headed back with the big ass fish to the boat.
To the boat. Okay. And then, Mara, are you going with Gizbaldo or Tyrael here, or do you want to go your own way?
Is there like a herbalist shop nearby?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, just across the town square here, you can see there's a herbalist stall. There's an old, kind of shriveled gnomish woman with just kind of racks and racks of all different kinds of herbs. Her stall's kind of dead. She doesn't really seem to have many customers, so she's kind of sitting there thumbing through a newspaper.
Need to go over there to resupply myself.
Okay. So you stroll across there, come up to this lady. She almost doesn't register you stepping up. She's kind of lost in the paper, but last second she kind of sees you. Oh, hello, dear. Come to gather some herbs?
Yes.
Oh, well, you've come to the right place. This is Flora's House of Many Flora. What would you like?
I need some herbs for like healing methods.
Some healing herbs. All right. You'll probably want some myth sage then. That's kind of a good general tonic. She kind of goes and gets you a couple bundles of that. She goes, do you have a mortar and pestle?
Yeah, I have an herbalism kit.
Oh, excellent. Then all you'll want to do is mash these herbs up into a fine powder. You can give that powder to someone directly, or you can mix it with water to make it go down a little smoother. Just drink that, and it's enough to stabilize a person who's unconscious. Sorry, just fixing the lighting here.
What kind of herbs did you say those were?
It's called Myth Sage. Mythsage. This lighting is awful.
Mitch Sage.
Myth Sage. Mythsage. Let's see, is that any better? Is that too dark? Oh, the screen's hella dark. And my face is still washed out. Oh well, we'll live with it. I just look pale as hell. I guess I am pale as hell. Now the screen is like super dark. Let me fix this here real quick. So, okay. Yeah, give me 1 second to fix this brightness.
Back, lady and gents.
Hey. How goes it?
So good he can't even talk.
So good he can't talk. There we go. Fix the brightness. Yeah, I gotta try to fix this lighting. It's awful. You wanna go back outside, little guy? Go outside with me? Alright. Oh, it's raining.
I believe I was muted the entire time.
Yep, you were. We were wondering. We're like, can you hear Buffy? There we go. That's better.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I got some maple sugar pie and some vanilla ice cream. My favorite drink. In and out of D&D.
Very nice. And I fixed the lighting, so I'm not nearly as fleshed out and pale looking anymore. So that's
Where
a plus.
are we at right now?
So everyone's kind of doing their own thing. We're right now with Mara, who is gathering some herbs in the town square. So yeah, she's gonna hand you over these herbs, the Myth Sage, and tells you, yeah, these are enough to stabilize someone who's unconscious, but that's about it, I'm afraid. A bit of a stimulant boost as well if you chew on the herb itself, but not much more than that. Is there anything else I can help you with, dear? Dear?
No, I think that should do for. Not muted, am I? No.
No.
No, that should do. How much will that be?
Let's call it 2 gold.
You know where I could find like one of the most elegant clothing stores in the city?
Ah, looking for a fine dress, are we?
Yeah, something like that.
Yes, well, all the fancy designer stores are in the Alto district and the Garden district. But if you want something slightly cheaper, you can look around in the Valoria.
From here, so the Garden District?
Yes, the Garden district. That's where you'll find the noblest of all noble attires.
Where from here is that?
She'll just want to follow that canal, and she points down one that's kind of sprawling out to the southwest of you guys, back towards the docks, sort of like the direction you came from. But she just says that'll take you through the Garden District to the docks, but you'll see all of the grand clothing stores along the park front.
I hand her 5 gold and wander off.
Oh wow, thank you. And if it's your first time, enjoy the park. It's lovely this time of year. All right, so you're gonna head off in that direction. Gizbaldo, you're headed back to the boat. Tyrael, you're where are you headed now?
I'm trying to find the library so I can deliver these books.
That's right,
from
okay.
Widow's Point.
You're gonna look around for the library.
I'm gonna look for a sign or something, maybe.
Yeah. So go ahead and take a perception check here in the town square.
Okay. That's 20 in it, right?
20?
Is that 20?
Sorry, I don't have your screen pulled up here.
No, I think he's asking if it's a D20 or
Oh, yes, it's a D20. Yeah, perception. It'll be one of your skills.
Oh, I got a 10.
And then any modifier? In perception, it'll be in your big skill list.
+3.
Okay, so 13. Yeah, so it's kind of hard to get your bearings because of all the hustle and bustle here. But you do see a sign. They have kind of like directional signs on the corner buildings that lead like down streets. They have like the street name and some of the key businesses, it seems. And you see one of them pointing kind of to the north from you. Says it's headed to the Lynch Quarter, and it includes the business names of the Lynch Square, the Grand Library, and a few other attractions. But you see the Grand Library on that list up in the Lynch Quarter. So you just have to follow the canal north.
Head that way.
Cool. So you take off heading north. All right. Let's see. Crowler and Tenpenny, what are you guys doing now that you're outside of the jewelers?
Can I find? Wait. So the rest of the other crew split it up, right?
Yeah, everyone's going different ways. So no one's in the same spot.
Can I try to find Gizbaldo?
Yeah, absolutely. You can try. Let's see.
Try, yes, keyword.
Yeah, I guess which direction do you want to start heading to start looking for him? You can go northwest, east, or south from here.
I want to go back towards the boat.
Okay, so back to the west. All right, Crowler? Are you gonna go with them, or are you two splitting up? What's going on?
I want to go investigate the street where Lord Ashworth or whatever was known to have a residence.
Okay, so you're gonna go check on the Ashworth Manor. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think of how we do this. Okay, you might have to remind me where you guys are, where you're going to when I jump to you. But let's go. Let's just start with Crowler. So Crowler, you split up with Tenpenny and start heading up in the general direction you think that his house may be. Go ahead and make a survival check at advantage for navigating.
Okay. Nat 20.
Nice.
I won't roll advantage. There's no
Nice.
point.
Yep. So, so it takes you a little bit. You kind of make your way through some alleyways. You kind of keep your bearings north. And eventually you kind of spill out onto this, like, kind of seems like a main street that's running kind of like northwest through the town. Seems very opulent. Kind of going up to the west, you can see it leads to a big walled-off grand palace at the end of that street. And to the right seems to go far down and kind of empty out into the big town square in the middle of Breville. But along this grand canal, there are kind of ornate bridges that are like spanning the canal with businesses along them. All of the buildings along the canal are very opulent and ornate. You see a like 10-story grand bank across the canal from you, Bank of Breville in kind of big print on it. And you kind of start making your way up and down that street. Come to a little residential strip, and there's a few here that look like they could be very notable people, but you're not sure which one might be Ashworth's.
Okay. Do any of these residences have like guards outside of them at the gates or?
Not that you can see. No, they have pretty tall, like kind of pronged fences that are maybe about 15 feet tall, and they kind of have sectioned off little yards. But yeah, no guards like outside of them.
Is there anyone in general kind of on the street?
Yeah, it's super busy. Seems like this is one of the busiest streets in the city. There's people coming and going up and down, just pedestrians. There's these kind of serpentine-looking boats kind of snaking their way up and down the canal, and the occasional carriage that passes by.
Can I see anyone that doesn't look, for lack of a better term, hoity-toity?
Yeah, so most of the people piloting or driving, steering the boats through the canals seem not very well off. Most of the people on the street here are very wealthy seeming, but go ahead and take a perception check.
$14.
You can see what seems to be kind of down across the canal a ways. There's a what seems to be like a bum who's kind of being harassed or at least spoken to sternly by some guards. But that's literally the only person who seems out of place.
How many guards are harassing him?
2.
I want to approach the bum.
Okay, so you make your way down there, cross over the bridge, and come upon these guys. As you kind of get close, you can hear the guards kind of berating him. They're just like, "What are we gonna do with you, Pete? This is disgusting. This is beyond the pale, even for you." And they seem to be arguing about whether or not to arrest him.
Am I able to tell what he's done?
You can see. Take an investigation check.
19.
19, nice. You can see that there's seemingly a stream of some kind of brownish fluid that's running. It's kind of dampened down his pants and has kind of ran down his legs and formed a pool that he's standing in. There's also a bunch of like loose kind of broken bottles around. It seems like he's been drinking and smashing things.
Okay.
He just kind of like yelling around, not at the guards or at you, but just kind of yelling in general. He's like, Pickled Pete does what he wants. Pickled Pete comes where he goes. Pickled Pete does what he wants. And they're just like, God damn it, Pete. They kind of see you standing there nearby, and like, sorry about this. You're still in your noble clothes, right?
Yeah.
One of them just like, I'm sorry about this, sir. We're taking care of it. You can move along.
Alright, well, it doesn't sound like Pete's gonna be much help. I'll direct a question at one of the guards and say, I'm looking for my friend Lord Ashworth's residence in the city. Are you able to point me in the direction?
You're like, you're a friend of Lord Ashworth. But of course, his manor is across the canal there. It's the corner estate. It's the yellow one. It's sort of distinct. He kind of points you in the direction you can see this kind of yellow corner building that stands out a bit from the rest.
Okay, I'll thank him and you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna give him 1 gold piece for his assistance.
Oh, the guard?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, not Pete. It's Pete.
All right. The guard takes the gold. And he's just like, well, thank you, sir. That's very kind. We'll get this riffraff cleaned up and out of sight. And tell Ashworth we're sorry about the proximity of this mess to his estate. Won't happen again.
Thank you. That's good to know.
Right.
I'll obviously go towards the house that he pointed me to.
Yep. So you make it back to the outside of it. There's a kind of big gate that's blocking your entrance. You could potentially climb over it, but there's sort of a doohickey that you haven't seen, like kind of mounted on the gate. Kind of a metal box with a bunch of holes seemingly punched into it. It has a red button on it.
Does looking at that property does it bring back any memories?
Any memories? I think Crowler may or may not have spent some time in similar sort of estates, unbeknownst to the owners of those estates, if you know what I mean. So in that respect, yeah, seeing an estate like this kind of brings back some memories. Unless there's anything else specifically you're thinking of.
It was more the actual residence itself of Ashworth. Trying to figure out if I can remember where I know him from, or if I can remember what connection I potentially have to him.
Sure. Yeah. So take an Arcana check, or history, whichever one you want.
They're both a 0, so it makes no difference. 17.
Not bad. All right. So yeah, looking up close, you can see that this house, like I said, it stood out a bit from afar, but up close you can see that there's a bunch of like intricacies in the like detailing of the house. The door itself, the frame of the house, everything seems to be made of this kind of ornate like metalwork. It's all very like finely crafted, almost like cogs in like a watch. And you remember after seeing this, the name Ashworth kind of comes back to you. He is the grand inventor of the realm. So he serves. He's basically very high in the chain of command and serves the Duke of Arnholm. He's a inventor and kind of technology tycoon who's responsible for a lot of the innovations that have happened in Arnholm.
Okay.
Like for example, I guess you would recognize that. So he owns the shipping company, the Dimwall shipping company that's based in Breville. They're the ones who designed the big hydrofoils, the one that Buffy saw in Starglow, and the one that you guys saw get swallowed by the Kraken out at sea. So he's the designer of ships like that.
Okay. I want to press the button on the gate or the thing, whatever it was, that box thingy majoggy on the gate.
Yeah. Okay.
With the holes.
You press it, and a few moments go by. A voice kind of comes out over it, a familiar voice. You recognize Ashworth, his kind of gravelly tone. He's like, "Yes, hello."
Lord Ashworth, can I come speak to you, please?
Who is this?
It's a friend from, we met on a boat the other day.
Can you give me your name?
It's Master Crowler. I also have a letter for you.
Oh,
from
Crowler. Crowler the Kenku?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, yes, I remember you. Okay, and are the rest of your compatriots with you?
They're currently engaged in other business.
Oh, very well. Yes, I'll buzz you in immediately. And hear the kind of a buzzing sound as the gate unlatches itself, and you are allowed to stroll in.
Okay, I'll go on in. As I kind of enter, are there any servants or guards or what people am I encountering?
So you come through this kind of gate and you're in sort of a courtyard, front yard area. Kind of make your way through there and up to the front door of the house. And as you kind of step up to it, it creaks open. There's a man in kind of very sharp tuxedo-esque noble attire. He's a little bit older and has kind of a handlebar-esque mustache. He's just like, welcome to the Ashworth estate. May I help you unburden yourself? Hold on to your belongings.
I'd prefer to keep them if that's quite all right.
That's fine and well, though, of course, you will have to check your weapons in here at the door.
Of course. I'll like to do the same again. Keep the concealable knife on me, but give everything else.
Yep, sounds good. So you hand over not all your regular weapons. He's like, very well, thank you. Right this way. And he leads you down a long corridor past a bunch of different rooms. Most of them seem not used in this wing. Kind of takes you up a sweeping staircase and into a ballroom, a big open space with a little bar and a lounge. And there, you see quite a few people. Chiefly, you see Ashworth. He's kind of sitting kind of cross-legged right up against this fireplace on this long curved couch. With him, he has two young elvish women sitting on either side, kind of arms around them. There's some other people, some other nobles kind of sitting around. They seem to be having some kind of business conversation. And in the corner of the room, there is this hulking monstrosity of a man in kind of full, dark steel, almost blackish steel plate armor. He's got kind of a crimson cape that's kind of flowing behind him, and his helmet is kind of blocking his face off, so you can't quite tell if he's even human, but by his size doesn't quite look like it. So you take that stock of the room. Ashworth kind of sees you as you enter and goes, Crowler, my boy, come, take a seat.
I will walk over and take a seat.
Can I get you something to drink? You must be parched after your travels.
I'm fine, thank you.
Very well. Straight to business. I admire that. So, tell me, why is it you've come, Crowler? I expected perhaps Gizbaldo or one of the others, but certainly not you. You, didn't wish to turn back for us, did you?
I've done a lot of soul searching since that day, and I think we got off on the wrong foot. I don't think I quite appreciated quite the man that I was speaking to on that day.
Well, to be honest, if I was in your shoes, I probably would have done the same thing. Uh, Seeing a Kraken attack and walking away from a Kraken attack are two separate things entirely. But all that's in the past now. Should let sleeping dogs lie. What brings you here, Crowler?
Well, I'll cut straight to the point, Your Lordship. I want to work for you. I want to try and better myself, and I like the life you lead, and I want to be a part of it. I want to learn from you, and follow in your footsteps.
Well, Crowler, to be honest, that's exactly what I was hoping to hear when I saw you and your group. Was hoping you'd want to come and work for us.
I do. And I mean, I will serve you in whatever capacity you wish. I'm not afraid to do what other men may not be willing to.
Ah, well, in that case, it might just so happen I have a way for you to prove yourself at this very moment.
Okay, my thing froze as soon as I said that, so I have no idea what your response was.
He said, if that's the case, I have a job that could be put in your hands. It'd be a good way for you to show your worth and prove yourself.
What is the job?
We can get into details. Are you interested in in some kind of work?
Does it pay?
It pays, yes. How
Then
does
yes, I'm interested.
How does 50 platinum pieces sound to you?
I would say that sounds very reasonable, my lord.
Well, gentlemen, he kind of turns to his noble friends. He's like, will you give us the room for a moment? We must discuss business. And they kind of get up and just kind of bow and take their leave. So it's just you and and Ashworth, the two elvish women, and the bodyguard. And he goes, have you ever lied or lay with an elvish woman, Crowler?
I can't say I have.
Have you ever laid with two elvish women? And the women start to kind of giggle.
I can't say it's ever been something that's crossed my mind.
Well, do this job for me and prove yourself well, and let's just say there will be more benefits than just the platinum.
Well, that's very generous. Very generous indeed.
Well, let's get down to details. First of all, do you think any of the other members of your group would be keen on joining? Specifically, Tyrael is who we are keeping a close eye on.
I think it depends on the work. I know that they may, most of the other groups have more of a moral compass than I might have, but Tyrael is someone who I think enjoys work.
Well, it so happens that we could put him to good work in our organization, and there'd be more than enough payment in it for him to make it worth his while. So relay that message to him when you can, when you see him next. But But as for you, Crowley, you've come at an opportune time. We just so happen to need someone with your particular set of skills, if I'm reading your meaning.
I believe you are.
I'll get down to it then. There's a group who's been causing us some trouble here in town. Formerly known as the Resistance. Started out as a punk group in New Haven. Said that they were rebelling against the Empire, even though the Empire has barely ever maintained a grip on any sort of power here. In reality, these terrorists, mobsters, charged local businesses and still charge local businesses for protection money in order to keep the thieves and scum away. In reality, they're extorting the good people of Breville, and we need them to be removed from the board, if you catch my meaning.
Absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
the method of this job is largely up to you. Of course, the fewer questions asked, the better. We don't want to get the Arcane Bureau sniffing around, asking questions. Trust me, that's the last thing you want.
Of course.
There are limits
I'd be
to
happy.
even what I can protect.
I understand. Do you know where I might find some of these individuals?
Yes, they have a safe house, if you will. It's just across from the New Haven Casino, down in the red light district. They're usually up all hours of the night and sleep in well into the morning. So use that information how you will. I leave the rest of the details to you, and here's a bit of payment up front. You'll receive the rest of the coin upon the completion of the task. And he hands over 10 platinum pieces to you, so 100 gold worth.
Thank you, my lord. It shall be done. If I might ask one somewhat of a favor, is there anything that you may grant upon me to which that can potentially gain me access to areas that might otherwise not be known? I'm aware that there's a bit of pompousness in the city, and they don't always take me seriously as I am.
Yes, Kenku, you'll be rather looked down upon in the nobler areas. However, in New Haven, you'll blend in like nothing. The Kenku population down there is extremely high. However, if you'd like, you're more than welcome to take some of our disguise kits or any other supplies you may need for that matter. Feel free to stop by the armory on your way out. Gregor, fit this man with anything he might need. And the tall knight just kind of comes lumbering over every step he takes, kind of shaking the frame of the building. And he kind of nods down at you, seeming to guide you to the armory.
Okay, I will follow him.
Cool. So yeah, he's going to take you into sort of a back room where they have kind of racks and racks of different types of weapons, sets of thieves' tools, like lockpicks and things. Pretty much anything that a ne'er-do-well might need, they have in here. So anything in particular you want to take? There's some disguise kits as well.
So at the moment, like, I've got a short bow is kind of my ranged weapon. Is there anything that the armory will have which would be superior to my short bow? Maybe a crossbow of some description, which will be better?
They have some hand crossbows, which are just kind of simple one-handed weapons. Those arguably they do the same damage as your short bow, so they're not that much like different. They're not better or worse, but different flavor if you'd rather have that.
I suppose, if it's one-handed, then it could have benefits that the short bow doesn't. I offer, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, let me check and look.
I do have proficiency in hand crossbows, so that I suppose helps.
Yep. You definitely want to have proficiency in the type of weapon. So what weapons are you proficient in?
Light weapons, simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, short swords.
Okay, so simple weapons. You could get a light crossbow, which is a D8 of piercing. You could get the short bow you already have. You could get a slingshot, which that's only a D4. Yeah, so not much better. Well, yeah, no, the light crossbow is stronger than the short bow.
Yeah, because you said that's a D8 for damage.
Yep, D8 instead of a D6.
Oh yeah. Does it have the same kind of range? Is it still 80 feet? For the short bow?
Yep, 80, up to 80 normal, and then past that is disadvantage. It's two-handed, just like the short bow, and the only difference is this thing has a feature called loading, which, let me check what that does. I'm assuming it just means you have to like take time to load the next shot, since it's a crossbow. But yeah, more or less they're the same.
I'll grab that then, and yeah, I'll grab the light crossbow.
Oh yeah, okay, here's what loading means. It says, because of the time required to load this weapon, you can fire only one piece of ammunition from it when you can use an action, bonus action, or reaction to fire it, regardless of the number of attacks you can normally make. So basically, at level 5, actually as a rogue, you never get a second attack. Your sneak attack just gets a lot stronger. So yeah, that won't matter for you. It just, all it means is like if your class gets 2 attacks, then you can't shoot it twice on your turn because you have to like reload it.
Okay, cool. I'll take that, and however many, how many bolts are kind of.
Yeah,
because I assume my arrows will be redundant with this.
They have
bolts of some description.
They have some like light quivers there that are pre-packed with 20 bolts each.
Okay, I'll take a light crossbow and 20 bolts.
Nice.
Yeah, and then can I just kind of restock a little bit on thieves' tools, like any lockpicks they might have, or that kind of stuff?
Yeah, they've got lockpicks, so they will say they have 5 lockpicks left. You can take all of them if you want them and have reasonable space to carry them, which I think you do.
Yeah, I'll take those then.
Yeah.
And then I'll be happy with that.
Cool. Then let's cut away from you as you're kind of finishing up, stocking up there. Let's jump over to Tenpenny. You have managed to make your way back to the docks, and you find the little boathouse where your ship is. So, what are you doing there?
Yes.
And we'll say that Gizbaldo arrives too. You see him kind of coming around the corner, wheeling this cart with a massive swordfish on it.
25% chance of being there at the same time as him, and I succeeded.
Nice. So yeah, you two are together for the moment at the ship. Gizbaldo, you've still got the swordfish.
Hey, Giz. Whoa. Nice fish.
Thanks, man. I bought it for all of us to eat, seeing as you guys helped in the bounty.
Oh, yeah. Was there any money left that you split, or did you, keep it for yourself?
I could throw a couple coins your way. What are you thinking?
Yeah, anything else? 50 gold? Yeah, that's good enough.
All right, here you go. 50 gold pieces.
You want me to go? You want me to go buy another bottle of cherry fire to go with that swordfish?
Up to you if you want to. You can. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna cook this thing. I don't really know too much about it. I was hoping Sam would be back here to help, but he might still be in that bliss den.
Yeah.
I'm not going near that crack house, I'm telling you.
Yes, Sam is not there. He's nowhere to be seen.
You know
I'm
anything
gonna
about
go.
cooking?
I have seen someone cook many a time before. When I was younger, I've never done it myself, but I have a.
That's my
Not
response
fish,
when someone asks me IRL if I cook. I've seen someone cook before.
I've seen. I mean, IRL. I have cooked like all the way from like steak to fish.
Oh yeah.
And everything in between.
I've done some cooking, but I'm not good.
Maybe I can lend a hand.
All right, that'd be fun.
I know Crowler and I parted ways after we got our goal for the jewelry. I don't know what he's doing, but what are the others up to?
I'm not sure. I went to the stalls in the village to buy this fish, and I think I saw Mara head over to another stall, and I don't even know I have a material. I think he might have went and delivered those books that he had with him when he got on the ship in Starglow.
Okay.
Or Widow's Point.
Cool. No doubt. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go buy like a bottle of whatever strong drink they sell. I'm gonna come back.
All right, if you see anybody, Sam, Tyrael, Mara, Crowler, tell them that I'd like us all to have dinner back at the boat tonight.
Hey, that sounds amazing.
And if they can cook, be much appreciated.
All right, so Gizbalda, you're gonna go down to the
That
galley
would be a big
and
bonus.
start prepping the fish.
Yep, I'll take it downstairs, start prepping it.
Nice. All right, so yeah, you get down, start getting acquainted with the galley there. Tenpenny, you step off the boat, and yeah, you're still kind of on this kind of big harbor front promenade. And down the way, a little ways, you can see kind of a bustling business, some people outside drinking. It seems to be a big tavern on the waterfront.
That does not seem like a coincidence, so I'm gonna head there.
All right, so you head down the street, and sure enough, it's a big tavern. Let me give you some details. Not like huge, but modest in size. It's called the Harbor View Inn and Tavern, and you can see there's a fair few people feasting down on some pretty good-looking seafood dishes and getting their drink on. But seems to be mostly like fishermen and dock worker clientele here. But anyways, you step in, and there's a kind of a grizzled seafarer-looking guy behind the counter. He sees you coming in. He goes, "Aye, this one's not a sailor, is he?"
What'd you say?
I said, "You ain't a sailor, are you, boy?"
In between, more or less, getting into the business now.
One of a table of like kind of burly looking sailors sees you, and what color? Can you describe your guys' physical appearance again for me? Because I want to make sure I'm getting this right.
Okay. So this is short, dark blonde hair, like streaking like upwards.
Yeah.
No facial hair. Ice blue eyes.
Okay.
Is that enough?
That's enough. Yeah, that gives me. That's more or less what I was picturing.
Okay.
Yeah, I just kind of forgotten.
5'8", 5'9",
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, so yeah, this table of kind of rough and tumble sailors is just like, all right, I think this one's a puff. What do you boys think? and they start kind of arguing back and forth amongst themselves.
Fuck's a puff.
the bartender is kind of like, all right, calm down. What do you want? Ale?
What do you got? Mid to high, strong.
We got Yennefer, fresh out the bottle.
What do you have? What do you have right under that?
Ale.
Ale.
We got ale and we got Yennefer. We got water, but you probably don't want to drink it.
I don't want to say. Okay, out of D&D, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but this guy sounds like the most boring person I've ever met.
He's a fisherman bartender. He's not exactly the highlight of the social life. He's like, we do have some old honey mead that's kind of a mulled wine that's sort of in between, if that's what you're looking for.
You got cherry fire? You got that cherry fire stuff?
No, it's too fancy for our blood.
Damn, alright. Okay, screw it. I'll take a bottle of Yennefer.
A bottle or a shot?
A bottle.
Okay.
I'll buy the bottle to go.
He gets out a bottle for you, sets it down. He's like, that'll be 10 gold.
10 gold and 3 silver as a tip.
Oh, wow. He's just kind of like, wow, thank you, high roller. And one of the sailors, the one who was talking to you earlier, he's like, "Oi, Puff, if you're so wealthy, why don't you play us in some cards? Put your money where your mouth is."
Is this a mother flipping challenge?
He goes, "You can call it whatever you'd like. Just put your money where your mouth is. You ever play 18 Sails?"
Take a sip out of my personal cherry fire bottle.
Yeah.
Heard of it?
Well, if you think you're up to snuff, put down a bet. I'll match you.
I'm not the gambler type, but I may know someone who is. I'll hook you up with him. He is quite the spender, let me tell you. But whatever that puff word is, stop.
He goes,
before I'll make you regret it. Fake ball of magic.
All right, there you go. He goes, sounds exactly like something a Puff would say. Hey, boys? And they all start kind of cackling and going back to their game amongst
Can you give me a
themselves.
second while I look through my spell list?
Yep, you're good. They're back in they're at their card game, so they're not really paying attention to you anymore anyways.
Okay. Can I just cast a minor illusion of a semi to... Does he have a drink?
Yeah, they've all got ales. They have kind of a big cask of
Okay.
ale in the middle.
I want, once again, to cast a minor illusion in his drink of a, like, mid-sized spider.
Okay. Nice. So, yeah, we'll say that... yeah,
Mid to big spider, you know?
you cast the
I want to
spell.
give him a scare.
And he doesn't take a drink for a few minutes, or for a few moments. Then he goes for a sip, and you hear him, kind of a girly scream as he kind of flings the horn across the hall.
I start laughing.
You start laughing. He's gonna stand up.
And
And
I'm the Puff.
he sees you laughing at that, and he's like, "You're a dead man, Puff." And
We'll see about that.
go ahead.
Okay, catch you later, dog.
Go ahead.
I
And
leave.
roll initiative here for me.
Holy shit! Okay. You're a dead man. Oh, we'll see about that, bud. Okay, I think he swings before me. I got 4.
Okay, give me 1 sec. I gotta roll for him here.
Let me put on the. Okay, I'm good now.
All right, let's see here.
All right, glasses off, boys.
All right. Wow, he got a nat 1 on his roll. So you're
He's
definitely
fucking
going first.
stupid.
You're going first here. All right, so yeah,
Okay.
this guy's he's coming at you, kind of squaring up with you. His 2 friends are kind of holding back a bit. They're not joining the fight. It seems like they're being honorable about
Okay.
it.
Can I? Okay. Before I do my action, I'm gonna turn to the bartender. I'm like, "Do you allow magic in here?"
The guy's just like shaking his head. He goes, "No magic, no magic."
No magic. Okay, that's fine. I take out my light crossbow and shoot him in the leg.
Okay, nice. Go ahead and make an attack roll here.
Where's my dice? Oh, there it is. Okay, attack roll. That's 20, right?
That is a 20. Yep. Plus your modifier for your weapon.
My modifier for my weapon. I don't know what a light crossbow modifier is.
All of your weapons. So if it's a ranged weapon, it's going to be your dexterity and your proficiency.
Proficiency, as in, like.
You should have a
If I'm
proficiency
proficient in-
bonus up at the top. It's like
Okay,
a plus
proficiency. Yeah, it's in my proficiency, so +2
Yep.
plus my modifier.
2. So +2, yeah, plus your dex modifier. And if you want to write down that
So it's
total,
basically.
you can
yeah.
put that in your weapon
So it's-
slot.
So I'm just doing basically +4 to my roll, and my roll is a 19. I got 15.
Okay, yep, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And that is that's 1d8.
You're using a crossbow, right? Make sure you keep track of the bolts that you're
Yeah.
shooting, too.
I don't remember how many bolts I have, because my version of the character sheet got deleted, and you sent me.
Oh, okay. Let's say...
You sent me your version of my character sheet. 10 bolts.
No, you would have started with 20, and I don't think you've really shot it that much. Let's say you have...
No, it was. No, I used my dagger or my spells.
Yeah, so let's say you have 18 left. Just put down 18 and keep track of it from there.
18. Okay, shoot him in the leg.
Alright, so yeah,
And then
you
damage is.
roll damage.
Oh, that's a d4. Goddamn. I regret, but do not regret at the same time buying so many dice. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, 5.
5, okay.
That's what I got on the dice.
And then you get to add your dexterity. You don't add your proficiency to damage, but you add your dexterity.
So it's 7.
7. Okay, so you just kind of quick draw, almost like a western, your your crossbow, and just let loose this bolt. It's gonna just sing across the room and stick into this guy's thigh. He just kind of, oh fuck,
There you go.
as he kind of reaches down at it. His other friends are just like, oh, you're a fucking dead man, Puff, and they both draw.
We'll see about that.
They both draw pretty nasty.
Sorry, Mr. Bartender.
Pretty nasty looking swords out of their holsters.
Oh, they do not know what's coming.
Is that you?
Yeah, I'll just say before like that, I'm just gonna say out loud, let's take this outside and not destroy this very nice man's bar.
Okay, so you're calling it out.
Shall
to
we?
him. The guy who you just shot is gonna pull out a rapier, and he's just like, the time for talk is long gone, Puff, and he's gonna lunge
I'm
towards
gonna
you.
get stabbed in the heart.
He's gonna try to stab you. It's a 12 to hit. What's your armor class?
My armor class is 17.
Nice. So yeah, you just kind of nimbly like step to the side, avoiding this thrust from the rapier. And while he was doing that, his two friends have kind of come up along the sides of you, flanking you. And they are each going to take a slash at you. They seem to have short swords. First one is going to be a 16, so that'll miss. Second
You
one...
idiot!
Second one's a crit, though. It's a nat 20. That's not good. Let's see.
Well, it took 2 other guys before him.
That's true. Okay, so 11 points of slashing damage as he
11 points. Oh shit!
as he
Okay, I'm down. I did not take a long rest since last time I took damage, so I'm down at 4.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, that cut's just gonna rip through your armor. You don't have armor, actually, do you?
No, I don't. I don't need armor.
That explains it. There you go. So you just see your your shirt, your jerkin get like ripped as this cut just lands a devastating blow. You see the blood kind of pooling up under your shirt. The guy
My beautiful axe.
the guy who landed the blow is like, I got the poof. Let's get him, boys. One sec, I gotta let my cat in. All right, so real quick, the top of the round, we're gonna jump away from you. We'll come back in a sec. So, Mara, what are you doing at the moment? Mara?
I believe I was going through the garden district.
That's right. Okay, so you've kind of been working your way through town, and have clearly entered the garden district. You can tell because you've come into this very nice kind of open area where there's lots of, well, gardens, greenhouses, lots of green open space, and you come eventually to this large kind of sprawling park that's along the waterfront. All sorts of kind of nice buildings lining the edge of the park, and there seems to be like a large menagerie or like a type of zoo kind of in the middle of the park. But other than that, yeah, you find yourself kind of in this nice open space. A lot of people out and about, just kind of enjoying the day here.
Lovely.
So, what are you doing in specific here again?
Looking for like a clothing store
That's right.
that sells like.
Yeah, you wanted to go to the clothing. Yeah.
Mm.
Cool. So along the edge of the park, there's all these kind of ritzy-looking commercial buildings, and you kind of stroll along the outside of them for a while. There seem to be a bunch of different ones. Most of the clothing they're selling here is like noble, like city attire. It's not really like geared for holding up as like adventuring clothing, but it's all very high quality, nice dress style clothing. One kind of building stands out mostly to you, called the Royal Outfitters.
Well, then I guess that's where I'm headed.
All right, step inside there. It's very opulent on the inside. They have nice separated sections for all the different kinds of garments. And a human woman, kind of sees you enter. She goes, we have an adventurer here, eh? Not every day we see the likes of your kind here. Welcome.
Good afternoon or morning. What time of day is it?
It's afternoon now. It's just past noon. Or
Afternoon.
high sun is what we call it. But yes, may I help you find anything? Looking for formal attire?
Yes. Something elegant.
Something elegant. Awesome. Excellent. We can set you up with that. Are you attending an event, a gala, or something like that?
Just want to look nice for the city.
Very well. I appreciate it. A single woman out on the town. We have to stick together and help each other out. Right this way. And and she leads you to kind of a back area where she's like, I'll gather some options based on your style palette. Here, just wait a moment. And she comes back with several different clothing options. If there's anything in specific you like wanted, then one of them could be that perfect thing you're looking for.
Okay.
But yeah, just kind of an array of like nice formal woman's like noble attire. Some more functional than others. Some are kind of nice ball gowns and things, where others are kind of nice, just noble, street clothing.
Yeah, the noble street clothing will work.
Cool. Yeah. Any preference on the color of the fabric?
Blue.
Blue. Excellent. And any inlays or designs you'd like?
No, not really.
No. Okay. Just a
Like a slight gold rim, but that's about it.
Okay. We'll give it gold accents. And you can see she goes and finds kind of a blank canvas of a jacket, essentially, and starts kind of getting to work sewing in some detailing and kind of getting it completed. She'll take some of your measurements and kind of make sure that the whole outfit fits properly. And then eventually, once you're looking like $1 million, she kind of steps back and she's like, yes, I see it now. I saw the potential in you from the moment you walked in, but only now has it truly been realized. You look magnificent.
Yes.
You're a
It's
piece of
okay,
art.
I've worn these types of clothes before.
Well, you fit them well. You seem comfortable in them. Well,
Yeah.
let me check my ledger here and see how much that will cost. And by that I mean let me check my board here. She goes, that'll be 25 gold pieces.
Oh.
That outfit is water resistant as well. Good for the rainy climate here. You won't need to pack an umbrella everywhere you go.
Well, that's a bonus.
Functional, but elegant.
Yes.
Is there anything else I can help you with while you're here?
You said about events. Is there any going on around the city right now?
There's a music festival here in the park just across the street outside of the menagerie. It's set to happen later this evening. The royals are always having balls and galas up in their palaces, but rarely are the likes of us invited, I'm afraid.
Oh, so it's inside?
What's inside?
The music festival.
Oh, no. The music festival in the park is free for all to attend. It's outdoors.
Oh. Okay. Well, I thank you for your time.
You're more than welcome. Enjoy your time in town. If you're looking for anything else around town, I'm happy to point you in the right direction.
Oop. I'm good.
All right. Well, safe travels, my lady. Stay safe.
You as well.
You step back outside of the building, and you can see the overcast skies have kind of come back. It looks like it's forming up to start raining again. You feel a kind of slight drizzle starting. So you're happy to be outside in your new clothing now. And you fit in a little bit more, too. You look the part of this area, this part of town.
Yes.
Nice. So what are you doing from there?
I'm assuming I wouldn't know. Well, no, I would know because he went back to the boat, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
With
We'll
him
say
when
that
got
he
the fish,
told you that
and then
when
he
you...
headed back.
Yeah.
So I'll go back to and try and find him.
Okay.
I feel like someone talking about cheese.
What about cheese? Okay, so you start heading back to the boat. Tenpenny, let's see. That's right, yeah, let's jump back to Tenpenny real quick. He's in the poo. Give me a sec here. Okay, so Tenpenny, back to you at the top of the round here. This guy just landed a pretty nasty slash on you. What are you doing here? There's still 3 dudes kind of sprawled out in front of you.
So you said, no, if I'll do this correctly, I'm here, guys in front of me, 2 on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use some of my movement to place myself so they're all kind of in the same diagonal?
So, like, step around to the side of them? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You dash to the side of it, go like this, say, I'm sorry, and cast Ray of Frost.
Okay, nice. I like it.
These bitches.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure they have to make a check here. Let me double check on what the check is. Oh god, I got the hiccups. Alright, nice. Yeah, so a frigid beam of blue-white light streaks toward a creature in range. Make the ranged spell attack on a hit.
It's not a save DC. He has to roll for an attack.
Yep, it's a ranged attack. And unfortunately, it won't hit the other 2 people either. Maybe I'll say it'll do like a residual, like a D4 of damage, but it won't do the full damage to the other 2 people.
Okay.
But go ahead and roll. Roll damage, or roll attack.
Roll attack. It's gonna be, do I add anything to that?
What are you attacking with? The Ray of Frost, yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be your spell casting modifier, which I believe for sorcerer is your charisma, I want to say.
Mine is the charisma.
Yeah. So add your charisma.
And that is a +4, which will add up in total to 22.
That will hit. And roll damage.
I sure hope so. Jesus Christ, I'm about to fucking die.
So it's just a D8 for the damage.
You know, when you're too handsome, people get jealous. So it's a D8?
Yep, D8.
That is a 7.
7, okay.
Well, no, I don't.
Nope.
Do I add anything to that?
Nope. With magical attacks.
Spell attack bonus or?
No.
Nah, this damage is weird for spells. Like for like melee and ranged attacks, you'll add like your dex or your strength. But for like any magic spell, it's just the flat roll. Whatever you roll damage.
Yeah, because spellcasting and spellcasting class, spellcasting ability, spell save DC, and then spell attack bonus.
Yeah. It's usually because spells have a higher chance to hit like higher damage on like an average roll anyways. So like they don't need the plus from your strength, dex, or like charisma for it.
Yeah, and what was I? The attack bonus is just that's like what you add to your attack rolls. So that number is already calculated for you. So whenever you make a spell attack, that attack bonus is what you add to the D20.
Spell attack bonus.
Yep.
It's like if I do an attack roll, okay, then 24.
Yep. So that's how you know what to add to your. That should just be your charisma modifiers. They should be the same number.
It's my charisma modifier is +4, but the spell attack bonus that I have is a +6.
That makes sense because it's 4 and then +2 from your proficiency as well. So it's +6 total. Okay, but you did 7 damage. All right, so you
7 damage to the main guy.
Yep. This is gonna be the guy on his flank. One of the guys on his side. Because he was in the middle. But yeah, you blast out with this kind of bluish white beam of frost. You see it kind of frost this guy over. He's like, oh, it kind of freezes up and locks into place. So he takes the damage, and his speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. So he's kind of frosted up and frozen over. Nice.
I'm going to die.
Is there anything else you want to do here?
Don't they get like residual damage to two others? Or does that
yeah,
not
we'll say that
apply?
they each take a bit of force damage here. They'll each take 3 points of force damage.
Okay. What's their status? Are they like the word that you say when they're severely injured, or are they
bloodied?
still quote unquote fine?
None of them are bloodied yet, from the looks of it.
Okay.
The worst off person is the one who took the direct blast, who's frozen now. He's definitely seeming the worst shape.
I will have to see God in a bit. So
You do have you have movement speed left. You've only moved 5 feet, so you could move further. But
can I?
you'll provoke an opportunity attack, so they get to attack you as you try to flee, essentially.
Even if I try to like exit the tavern.
Yeah. So basically, anytime you walk out of a 5-foot range with someone who you're in combat with, then they get an opportunity attack on you. And same in reverse. Like if you're fighting someone and they walked away from you now, then you would get an opportunity attack on them.
So I was still within 5 feet of someone.
Yeah. Yeah. You've stayed within melee range of the two of them, or well, 2 out of the 3. Yeah.
Damn.
God.
Okay.
The only way to really get around opportunity attacks, you have to like use your action instead of attacking. You would use disengage, which allows you to move your full movement speed, but then no one can use an opportunity attack on you. So it's kind of like getting out of there.
Disengage counts as a full action.
Yeah.
It's a full action is the thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use as much movement speed as possible to get the fuck out with the Yennefer.
Okay. Yep. So you will get you'll get an opportunity attack made on you here as you turn to flee. It's going to be a 15, so you're able to kind of nimbly dodge it, but you feel the air kind of slice behind you as a blow
In
just
the
narrowly
name of the
misses
Father,
you.
the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
But
What
yeah,
the fuck?
you book it out of the door and manage to get outside. You see that they're kind of scrambling after you, but at this point, initiative order will break. They're pretty slow to get out of the bar, so you get a pretty good head start on them.
Okay.
What are you doing from there? Are you gonna like kind of duck and weave?
I am running for my life, but not towards the boat. Not back to the boat, because I'm not bringing that.
Nice.
Because I know Gisbaldo is trying to make a nice dinner for us, for thanking us for the bounty. So I'm not going to bring trouble over to our boat, and also I don't want to let them know that this is where I refuge.
Right. All right. So yeah, you will say
I'm going to try
you kind of
and
just
pace and corner my way through
you disappear into some back alleys and kind of just hide yourself, get lost a bit. Okay, so let's jump over to Tyrael. You've been traveling north along a canal. Think you might have got lost for a bit there. You definitely got turned around, but you've now made your way into the Lynch Quarter for sure. See a big kind of gate as you enter this district. And it seems also a pretty well-to-do neighborhood. The buildings are fairly nice and orderly. Kind of walking around in there, you come to like a big kind of square, almost like a secondary town square. Not nearly as big as Burroughs in the middle of town, but fairly large, and there's some market stalls around there as well. There's a very opulent hotel, looks like it's about 7 or 8 stories tall, called the Grand Armrath. And lastly, kind of tucked almost in a little corner, semi-modest looking building, but still kind of imperial looking architecture, is the Grand Library here, where you deem your package to be bound. . 'Kay. You there, Tyrion?
He 100% fell asleep.
You think so?
That's a good bet.
That is such a.
He said he was
moment.
going to.
Yeah, that's true. He did say he was falling asleep. Shit. Okay. Well, as far as you guys know, well, technically that kind of speeds things up for the rest of you guys. So Tyrion is in the library, completing his contract, getting his payment, and perhaps meeting up with a sexy librarian. Who knows? Only Tyrion knows. So the rest of you, let's see. Mara and Gizbalda, you guys are still at the ship. Crowler, that's right. Okay, you're still on your thing here. So you've got all the gear together from your gear up session, and you've welcomed back out onto the street here. Ashworth bid you adieu and said you're welcome to come back whenever. Just let him know when the job is done.
Good guy. Thank you. I will try and get my bearings and head back to the boat in hopes that someone might be there from the group.
Okay. Did you say you get your berries?
Bearings.
Oh, bearings. Okay, I was like, I don't remember you bringing berries up in there. Okay, yeah, no. So you get your bearings fairly quickly. You kind of getting a little more familiar with the west side of town here as you've been spending a lot of time mulling about. So you make your way kind of down along the Grand Canal, eventually kind of find the western docks there at the Palace District, and eventually come upon your ship. In the little ship house, you find, Mara's there, and you can smell the smells of fish being cooked, kind of wafting out of the galley.
Okay, I'll go aboard and see how. So wait, have I just seen Mara so far? Is it just Mara that I've noticed? Or?
I think so far you've only seen Mara. Yeah, she will say, Mara, are you up on the top deck of the ship for now? Mara here.
Is Flame falling asleep?
No, I just have my thing muted. I didn't realize it was muted. Yeah, I'll say I'm on the upper deck.
Okay, so yeah, you've seen Mara. Haven't seen Gizbaldo yet, but you can smell something's cooking downstairs for sure.
All right, I'll go up to Mara and so how do things go with the prisoner?
It went well. He's where he belongs now.
I guess you're right. Is anyone else here?
Just Tyrion, or not Tyrion, Gizbaldo.
What happened to Tyrion and Sam?
Sam never came back from the crackdown. Or the smoke shop, I should say.
Alright,
And Tyrion, we haven't seen him all day.
Maybe he's dead. Yeah.
Would hope not.
Oh yeah, of course. I'll go down and see Gizbaldo.
Yes.
So you step
Slowly
down.
back. He's cooking dinner for everyone.
You step down into the galley, into the smell of fish being cooked. Gizbaldo, go ahead and roll a performance check here to see how well you've cooked or prepared this.
Hey, Fuller, you want to roll a die for me?
Why?
I'm not near my computer right now.
Oh, okay. I'll use a blue one.
Or near my dice set, yeah.
Alright, D20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Gizzy gets a 15.
15.
That's
Okay.
pretty good fish.
Yeah, so you can see, you come down there and you find Gizbaldo kind of hard at work. Seems like he's figured out what he's doing pretty well, or either that or he has some experience cooking. He's kind of sectioned out this large swordfish kind of neatly and has flayed them, gotten the bones separated, and has started frying up some little fillets in the griddle here. It's got some garlic and some herbs in there. The aroma's just chef's kiss.
I'll go up to him and ask him if he wants to do some more work in the city. Here's Baldo. Do you want to do some more work in the city?
Oh, you can't sneak up on me like that while I'm cooking, bird boy. What's going on?
I got a kind of request for some help. Some bad people need dealing with.
Some bad people? What they do?
They're extorting businesses and basically ruining people's lives.
Oh man, that is some bad stuff. Here, will you taste this for me?
What is it?
It's just the broth I'm using from the chicken. I just want somebody else's taste. Or not the chicken, the fish. The broth I'm making to go alongside the fish.
You sure Mara doesn't want to taste it?
I didn't even know if Mara was here, first off. Secondly, I mean, you're the one here. Do you not trust me?
I don't trust anyone.
I mean, it's just broth. I swear to Ilvasar, it's just broth. I'll even make the airplane noises like you're used to. You can open your mouth and I'll just...
I'm gonna look at you.
Wait, do they have airplanes in this? In D&D?
No.
That might be.
There's...
Okay. I'll make hang glider noises.
There are airships.
I'm gonna... so have you got this on a spoon, this broth or whatever?
Yeah, I'm spooning it out of the the pot that I'm cooking in.
I'm gonna snatch the spoon away from you with a kind of disgusted look at you, and try the broth.
The broth. It's pretty damn good. Fish stock broth. It's hearty and warm and fills your belly. And compelling broth. For as far as broth can be, it's pretty damn good.
I'll look back at Gizbaldo, hand him the spoon, and go, "Yeah, it's all right."
Nice. First time I've gotten approval of something that I cooked from a Kenku. Add that to the bucket list.
I love it.
So you interested in helping me, or what?
I mean, I'm always interested in helping out. Get the bad guys off the street. I just have to know a little bit more information. Who's the good guys in this scenario?
We are.
No, well, I know we are, but who's getting you to do this job? Really? I mean, you just meet somebody on the side of the road that offered you a job. It's not the police. We were already there, or the guard. We were already there. They would have mentioned something like this.
I ran into an old friend.
Okay.
He told me
Is this
about
old
it.
friend reliable, trustworthy?
Yeah. I mean, you
How
trust
much
me,
that
don't you?
is coming from you, so
I was gonna say, you trust me, right?
I don't, but I'm sure I'd be yeah. I guess I could help you.
Alright, I suppose can brief the others or let the others know when everyone's back to the boat. See if anyone else wants to help us.
That sounds good. I think Tenpenny went to get something to drink to go with our lovely dinner that I'm making you guys for helping me with the bounty. By the way, here's 50 gold for you for helping me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess I'm sorry that I wanted to do a less than moral thing with the man. I see that it's more important to put him away than try and get gold.
Well, you keep speaking to Ilvasar and you'll see the way.
I'm sure I will.
Okay,
Sure I will.
so Tenpenny, you've kind of got yourself quite a ways away, took some back alleys, and kind of found a place to lay low. Have waited for quite a while now just to make sure that you're not being followed, and there's no traces of the sailors catching your path. But the cut in your chest is pretty nasty. You're feeling the blood still kind of like pooling up, and you're definitely losing blood still. So you'll take, right now, you can take 1 level of exhaustion.
Where do I write it?
As you're losing blood. Just anywhere that you can mark it down, just put like exhaustion level 1. And that you can get that to go away, obviously, by getting the wound treated and by resting and stuff.
Damn, Buffy, if I had a saline kit right now, totally give you one.
Okay.
Yeah, you're seeing the world in shades of black and white now.
Okay, so
Yeah, you're seeing it black and white.
I'm at this stage of the Call of Duty health bar.
And I'll tell you. So level 1 exhaustion gives you disadvantage on all ability checks. So if you make an ability check to do something, it's going to be at disadvantage.
Okay. I'm going to slowly walk back from the alley. I'm gonna look around. Can I, from my point of view, can I spot somewhere where they can sell medical stuff? Or
take a survival check.
Of course, survival. Do I do that at disadvantage or?
Yep. It's an ability check, so at disadvantage.
Where is the other? I got 2. Which is
a 2.
4, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's 4 total.
So you kind of now taking stock and coming down from your adrenaline, you're starting to realize oh shit, I got cut pretty damn bad. So you start looking around, kind of hobbling, looking for an apothecary, and are unable to find one in this dock area. You're kind of stumbling through the streets, feeling the toll of the blood loss.
Okay, so I'm still not level 3. I can't use mana magic on myself. Fuck. Okay. Is it possible? Well, what's in an explorer's pack?
The explorer's pack doesn't
That's
have any
your
medical
backpack,
supplies.
basically.
Oh.
Doesn't have medical
It's just
supplies. I can tell you
rations and
exactly what it has.
Does it have? Yeah. Does it have medical stuff in it?
No.
No, there's one Dora the Explorer Band-Aid.
It's got a
One.
Oh, the sneezes hit me. Sorry, it's got so it came with a backpack, a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 rations, and a water skin.
Does the mending spell apply to living
To
beings
wounds?
or
No,
only objects?
unfortunately, that's only for objects.
Damn, that would have been smart.
Well, actually, let me double check that before I write that off.
I am going to
Die.
I'm going to walk. Yes.
Yeah,
that-
it's specifically
that, and I'm
mending-
going to slowly walk back to the boat if when I look around, no one is like looking for me.
Yeah, no one's looking for you. There's a couple people like looking at you, but you see just kind of looks of concern on their faces, like they're worried and don't know quite.
I'm not looking at anyone in the eye.
What to make. Yep. But you do manage to kind of stumble your way back. Definitely not feeling great, but you kind of come out onto the harbor front and see the boathouse where your boat is. Mara, from inside there, you can see just rounding the corner outside a very badly injured looking Tenpenny kind of limping towards the boat. Looks like he got cut pretty bad.
I'm just gonna wobble back. I'm gonna wobble back inside the boat. I'm just gonna say, I got the drink.
He's got a bottle of Unafer with him.
We can sip this with the fish. What?
It looks like you got your ass kicked.
Oh, yeah. This is what happens when you are a little too handsome. Some people get jealous, and you suffer the consequences. I'm just gonna set down the. What?
I said I'm sure that's what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Moving on. Yeah, I'm gonna set down the bottle of Unafer, like where at a. Is there a table?
Yeah. There's a little table in the galley.
On the main table, I'm gonna be like, if anyone has any sort of medical stuff I can use to heal this, I will be laying on my bed, waiting for the light at the end of the tunnel.
Did you come down into the galley, or are you up topside?
He's down in the galley. We'll say you guys have all regrouped in the galley.
I will retreat to my bed.
Oh shit, man! I didn't know you were gonna get your ass kicked going to get something to drink for the meal, man. You make me feel bad now.
No, yeah. I after some reflection in a very dark alley, I have come to the conclusion that I kind of inflicted this upon myself.
And why is that?
Now, because I may or may not have pretended to put a spider in some guy's cup and then laughed at him for screaming like a little girl.
Why did you put a spider in his cup?
Because I wanted revenge on him calling me a puff, whatever the hell that is.
It means you're gay.
I am gay?
I don't know.
That is a pretty bold. That is a pretty bold accusation.
You like some assistance? You look like hell right now.
Well, I fucking know. I have a cut that's going to kill me if I don't treat it.
All right. Well, let me work my magic. I'll use lay on hands.
Nice.
On Buffy.
Nice. Okay. All right. So yeah, Gizbaldo kind of touches your wound with his hand, and a heavenly aura just kind of radiates from it. You see the wound start to like slowly close up, and before too long, it's dissipated. And you get some healing here, I believe, right?
Yep, 5 HP.
Nice. You get 5 HP back.
Nice. Yes, we're making progress.
Nice. So yeah, you feel
I
better.
am correct on that. Like puff, but like it's slang for gay, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. In British slang.
It is indeed.
Oh, it's British slang.
Yeah.
Okay. So wait. They called me gay.
They called you a fairy.
Yes.
So I went through all this trouble of provoking someone's dignity over just being called gay.
Yeah.
Which I could not give a single flying fuck about.
Oh.
But if we can,
And just to make this clear, the only reason I would know this is because my character actually is gay.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
now, if we can change topics, Gizby, my G, do you need any help?
No. Not that I know of.
Setting the table or
should be.
anything?
Yeah,
Because
if you want to grab the plates and stuff or whatever.
Yeah, I am trying to do a good thing after messing up about 10 minutes ago.
Understandable. Well, dinner's almost done. Putting the finishing touches on now. I really wish Tyrael was here, but
Speaking of Tyrael,
Where
we'll say
where is
that. Speaking of Tyrael, you hear some footsteps coming down into the galley, and it happens to be none other than Tyrael as he enters the room. He's like, "Oh, gentlemen."
Who is that? Good, it's not Sam. Anyway,
No, I haven't heard from Sam. Have you guys?
Still at the smoke shop.
Oh, of course.
We should probably go there.
This is exactly why I said we shouldn't stick around. He's going to be in there for a while, probably.
We should probably go drag him out.
I wouldn't go. I wouldn't even tap that thing with a 10-foot pole.
I think your adventuring is done for now there, Tenpenny. I don't trust you anywhere right now.
Look,
Especially not no blood stuff. That's not gonna happen.
I believe I still have a little bit of it in me. Like, it's not just I'm not gonna let myself be beat down just because I got called a punk.
I mean, you almost did, though, but I don't feel
Flair's like,
right
"Poof."
sending you into a blessed den.
But I don't feel right leaving you guys to go there without me.
Well, that's fine.
Like, I want to be there.
That's fine, because as Gizbaldo finishes the meal up and you distribute the plates, everyone kind of finds their place at the table and starts feasting down on the delicious swordfish. You're all going to get a D4 of temporary HP. Sorry, a D6 of temporary HP, not a D4.
Great, it's time to roll a one.
Actually. So I will do one sec. So I got still my temporary hit points from the last meal we had just before we raided that, little island.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like last night, but we haven't slept since. So
You haven't
that
long
temporary
rested.
Hit points still in effect?
Yep,
Or-
those are still with you. Yep.
Okay, so then I'm adding another D6 onto that.
Yep, exactly.
I rolled a 6.
Nice.
All right, I got a 2. There's
Nice.
no bonus for that, right?
No bonus, yep.
Okay, and Gizzy, you got a... Wow, Gizzy got a 6.
Nice. There you go.
Can I just ask you? Can I just say something during?
Wait, no, was it?
Yeah, so we'll say you guys are all sitting down eating this dinner together. What do you want to say, Tempe?
Then I'm just gonna be like, so we kind of shook hands with death a couple of times. Why don't we actually get to know each other instead of just thinking we're fighting with people we don't know? Bare minimum. I'd like to know, who's slashing
Seeing as you had the idea, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's say, for a part of my childhood, I was risen by a couple of dragons up in the Great White North. Learned some cool stuff. Went back down into big city to try and get an education, but got kicked out because messing with the teachers. And so from that point forward, I just learned the shit myself as much as I could, which is not a lot. And I've been practicing my dialogue and my how well I am with people. I think it pays off.
Nice.
And to be completely honest, I didn't really do any adventuring before I woke up in that prison with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my first and biggest adventure so far.
Cool.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Anyone else?
Wait, what did he say? He said a lot.
I said. I
He
said.
told you his
I-
life story.
I'm not gonna repeat myself.
So
Cool.
No, anyone else want to delve into their backstories or
So I'm gonna spell myself out on my own, not only with my blood but my life.
No, you're fine. Years ago, I was a cop, a guard.
I love that.
Rose quickly through the department. Didn't really like what I was seeing. You see a lot of shit on the job. You see a lot of families torn apart, and a lot of death out there. And there's bad people out there, which kind of put a bad taste in my mouth when I met our Crowler here. But as much bad shit that I've seen people come on the other side and make their lives better. So I'm hoping that I could see that same thing in Crowler. But yeah, I'm just trying to adventure, you know. I've seen all the bad shit. I want to see some good shit in this land of Arnholm. And obviously, I'm a man of God now, so I would like to spread the word of Ilvasar throughout the land.
Sure, this is a Wendy's.
Wait, what?
Nice.
Nothing. I was just messing.
Mara or Crowler, either of you
How
two?
about you, Nara?
Mara, Crowler, Tyrael.
Tyrion's not here, so. Oh no, Tyrion's here, but
He's
not
there, but yeah.
here, but not here.
We'll say that he's like, I'll tell you mine in due time. I don't feel quite myself right now. It wouldn't be right.
I don't know if I should tell mine.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You can keep it to yourself.
Or
Not all
make some shit up. Make some shit up. Just make some conversation.
My character has an entire backstory. It just.
I know, but Champion is saying that. Like, if you don't want to tell us the real thing, just make some shit up.
Well, I guess I could tell you what's my true backstory. Mara is not my real name.
What?
See what now?
My true name is Kethra.
Well, why do you go by a different name?
Because
Are you in trouble with the law?
No, I ran away from my home. I was born into a noble family. I fell in love with a female adventurer. My father did not approve and had her murdered. So I ran away and changed my identity. I stole my lover's name.
Oh, damn.
As an honor
Interesting.
I like that.
Oh, damn.
And then you guys all kind of
Can I
just
just
look to Crowler.
Can I just ask a question out of this? Like, it's gonna sound really bad. But does Ilvasar, like, is he okay with that?
Oh yeah, with
Is Elvisar okay with that?
I don't know.
yeah, no,
I don't know if
Ilvisar,
believes
True
in that.
question, like in
Ilvisar,
Christianity.
Ilvisar, and the Tribunal as a whole preach that love is just love. It doesn't matter if it's between. Well, there's a questionable border on obviously children and animals, but mostly love is love, as long as there's sentience and consent involved.
Well, Mara, Ilvisar loves everybody and believes in love, so you're A-okay in my book. You don't have to hide your true feelings.
Well, it's not that I had my true feelings. I had the fact that I ran away from a noble family and kind of wanted by the Imperials.
Ooh, wanted by the Imperial.
Oh. Yeah, because the other part of her backstory is her father, to gain better, I guess, standing in, the noble branches, sold her off to a higher nobleman to be wed off to, their son, more or less.
Nice.
That's some medieval shit.
Yeah.
That's some deep shit, man.
That's appropriate.
Deep shit. I wish I had a deep backstory.
Yeah,
Yeah, so she, when she found out she was going to run away with her lover, so hence her father had her lover murdered, so she took her lover's name and disappeared.
That's a hefty revelation from Mara. And what's Mara's real name again? Sorry.
Kethra Brightwood.
Kethra. Okay, I gotta write that down.
me too.
But you want us to continue to call you Mara to keep up with appearances, of course.
Yes, preferably.
No problem. Your
I don't need
secret's safe
captured
with me.
and sent back. No.
So everyone having told
Your secret's safe with me.
their deep dark secrets, everyone kind of turns to Crowler, who's sitting quietly finishing up his fish.
Oh, with Ocean.
I mean, yeah.
Alright.
I mean, your story's got to be the most intense of them all, Bird Boy.
I have a name, Gizbaldo. But, no, it's pretty basic. You know, I abandoned as a child. Parents didn't want me. Raised on streets. Almost died. Stole. Killed. And now I'm here.
Go.
Seems scant.
And you know what? I'm starting to picture those people that I killed, you know? Every single last one of them.
That's why I don't murder.
I don't like to kill.
And I must deserve it.
Yeah, well, usually for those that don't deserve it, it's unnecessary blood on your hands.
That's
I would
all
only,
the way.
yeah, I only like to retaliate with just enough force to stop the fight.
I like to retaliate so that the fight ends and there ain't no retaliation back. You put them down so they can't get back up.
Yeah, well, I almost got put down.
I gotta agree with Crowler here, Tenpenny. Many a time when I was a guard and it was really up to either me going home to see my family or the other guy going home to see his family. I'm gonna make sure at the end of the day that I'm the one going home to see my family.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean you have to choose murder. Like that guy back at the fort, I just knocked him out.
Yeah, True, but then didn't you tie him up or something? So he's
No.
probably starved to death by now.
I didn't tie him up. I left him lie there.
Well,
Oh,
I'm sorry, I was interrupted.
No.
Look, I will I will only when I say will only retaliate with enough force to stop the fight. I mean, like if they are willing to kill me, then yeah, extreme measures will be practiced. But I don't like that final option.
All right, yeah. And you guys are all kind of finishing up, telling your stories, having a nice moment of solace, kind of finishing down the last couple bites of swordfish, maybe going back for
That is
seconds.
a good fucking fish.
Yeah. And the nice, peaceful moment is interrupted by a explosion that rattles out through the harbor, kind of shakes the kite sail in its place. You all kind of feel the jolt of it, loud sound of the bang as it crushes through the sound barrier. And we'll leave off there for this session, boys.
What the? What is you piece of baloney?
Tune in next week to find out what happened.
Well, next week, I'll maybe not be there,
Oh, okay. All right.
but I'm gonna try to. I'm probably gonna try to fake an illness.
All right. Well, even if you can't make it, you'll get filled in on everything that happens. But
But it's not as entertaining as being.
it's true. You gotta make it. Well, good job, boys. I thought that Buffy was gonna get himself killed there for a moment.
Yeah, well, me too. I was literally, as my HP was going down, I was slowly but surely dissociating with Tenpenny. I was like, he's going to die, but I am not. He's going to die, but I am not.
I love it.
A little part of me will die with him, but not enough to kill.
Exactly.
I thought it might have been the candies that the old lady had given me, but I was like, is there a Canadian asking other guys to step outside for a fight?
Right.
What in tarnation is this? I don't believe
Whoa,
that's true.
don't wanna ruin that. You don't wanna ruin that.
Where did Tenpenny
That
grow?
fine, very boring gentleman of a bartender, which, by the way, he was extremely boring.
Well, I'm glad. In my descriptive notes for him, I literally described my only notes for how he was gray and dull. So apparently that came through rather well.
Sounds like me in high school.
Yeah. There you go.
God.
Well, if anyone is
that
watching
was
this
very
on
good.
YouTube, thanks for making it this far. Tune in next week to see what this crazy crew gets up to. And peace.